It's worth watching twice in Fashion Guide. 2015's brightest fashion moments, a large chunk of unusual shows, memorable collections, interviews with your favorite designers, new names on Kazakhstan's fashion arena, debutantes of Almaty Pop Up Store, and the most important event that fashion industry will buzz about for long. In our country, 2015 marked a strong growth of interest in fashion. This is the conclusion one can draw remembering a great number of fashion fairs, expos, and festivals, many of which were held last year. Almaty Pop Up Store, Pop-Up Shop, Night Fashion Store, and, for example, Front Store. We all very different fashion designers, and I think that we see a lot of diversity, which is appealing. People get interested in many things. Every designer has his or her own clientele, and I don't see real competition, as every one of us has his or her own niche. Kazakh fashion industry is growing, and there's plenty of room for everyone.
Наша фэшн-индустрия в Казахстане, она довольно-таки узкая, и всем места хватит.
Front Store is both a fashion expo and temporary store. The event was first held in Astana and arrived to Almaty in 2015. Newcomer designers and household names have shown their collections in improvised rows of shopping stalls of a mall. Are there brands that work in a non-conventional material like leather? Yes, there are. This time we have 3 such participants, Mukherjee, Kasangali, and Adeli. They already have known brands. As you know, not many people work with leather in Kazakhstan, and it's great that we have these 3 who can because their handiwork is of great quality. Take Mukherjee, who makes handbags and wallets with Kazakh ornaments, or Kasangali, who makes very interesting handbags and shoes, or Adeli, who creates beautiful scarves in Kazakh style.
Кожа, портмоне, сумки и так далее. У Касангали сумки, обувь. Это очень интересно. У Адели есть очень красивые платки в казахском стиле.
Traditional themes in fashion were represented during the artisanal festival, Jibek. Last summer, artisans, who normally remain in the shade, asserted themselves as a fully fledged fashion designer, even though their small-scale own open-air show. Moreover, they discovered a new and modern felt-making technique to the public. This ornament is called bitpez. It means infinity. We like to use it. Also, Kazakh like to use plant ornaments, which symbolize the growth and development to them. We use lamination technique here. Felt is laminated with silk here. Here, it's just the opposite technique. Silk is put on felt. The biggest open-air fashion show was Nomad Fashion Astana, was held on the Astana Day in Kazakh capital. 7 Kazakh designers at a time released collections based on nomadic people's costumes. Their show was organized by the country's most known producer, Bayan Yasantayeva. I saw many designers appearing in Kazakhstan every day. It's related to all spheres, in my opinion. I believe that our country has everything it takes to develop in this fashion industry. Our designers feel good in such ambiance because our clients are ready to buy Kazakh-made products and support the local designers. I am one of the first who supports a Kazakh brand. The Nomad Fashion Astana shows special guests such as Russian couturier Igor Gulayev, who originally comes from Kazakhstan town of Satpayev. He highly praised his colleagues' collections and made a declaration of his love to Kazakh aficionados. I'm really happy to see my clothes on Kazakh stars, just regular people. I'm happy when people from Kazakhstan come to my Moscow boutique and my St. Petersburg fashion house and order wedding gowns, dresses, and tell me that they want to have something from their home. In 2015, a lot of fashion events were held outside of glitzy podiums, on city squares, parks, buildings under construction, and even at metro stations. Organizers of new cultural project of Metro Fashion Day wanted to make a statement and bring a fresh perspective to the country's fashion industry. We decided to start with this concept, with real cars arriving to the platform and real wind blowing. When you go to the metro wearing earphones, you walk fast to the music and want to pace it as if it's a podium. It was Sanjar Zarlikhanov's idea to turn the Almaty Metro's Baikonur station into a fashion stage. Almost all show participants are beginner designers with a bold vision. Models walked along the platform and military-style collection matched the underground fashion concept. And finally, the last year's most surprising event, the show from Aynur Turisbek, Kazakhstan's most unpredictable and conceptual designer, had her spring collection show in a totally new format. It was an open-air show with live music, theater actors, and a record number of models. The collection slogan, Bayırgan Ketpedi, which means everything which is mine will be mine. It's a positive message. I want people to believe in all that. It's a step back from glamour into reality. It's the faith in life, in yourself. No more glamour, fake lies. Aynur Turisbek is questioning somewhat unnecessary and unnatural fashion glamour. The show's mood was supported by the actors from the Artishock Theater. In general, to me, it's all a kind of performance where fashion integrates into modern city. The models and actors have different agendas. Models did their thing, beautifully showing clothes. Actors were interacting with them somehow. And I think that this is a synthesis of static and dynamic work, was a performance in itself. 2015 was a very dynamic year for Kazakhstan's fashion, which brought many surprises to the fashion lovers. Let's see what's going to bring us in 2016. The new year brings new names. That's what Fashion Guide came for to the Almaty Pop Up Store. The fair model, imported from the West, becomes a tradition in Kazakhstan. Now young fashion designers have an opportunity to assert themselves at the art platforms, avoiding regular brand promotion at the fashion weeks. While selecting participants, we rely on our own taste and criteria that match the pop-up store concept. We have some new and interesting brands that have chosen our presentation platform as soon as they were started. Apart from the presentation of their brand, young designers make us familiar with Western terms. Block fashion, a new notion for Kazakhstan, was introduced by the fashion stylist Ruslan Yerimov, who just recently debuted as a fashion designer. His brand, Joly, which means 7, makes exclusive but affordable outerwear.
Я заказал одному агентству американскому креативному, чтобы они разработали мне бренд в условиях существующего кризиса, без презентации.
I approached the American ad agency for the brand development in times of unfolding economic crisis. That is, no presentation, no shows, or fashion weeks. And so they offered me a block concept. Block fashion means blocks of limited series. 7 models buy 2 items in 2 sizes to provide affordable fashion to those people who can't buy high fashion clothes.
В 2 размерах, чтобы подарить, так скажем, доступную моду тем слоям населения, которые не могут себе позволить купить что-то высокое.
7, the figure that the brand derives its name from, characterized the trademark's DNA. A limited edition of 7 unique items. Joly was started just 6 months ago, and its experimental collection found its fans in Kazakhstan. Ruslan says that lack of beautiful local outerwear inspired him to start his brand. Meanwhile, young designer of Mata Mata, Timur Niyazaliyev, and his team were driven by a deficit of good local footwear. Mata Mata's team was able to solve the issue only partially. They developed their designs in Kazakhstan and manufactured their shoes in Macedonia.
Наше направление, стиль нашей обуви, получается, называется...
Our style is country casual, that is, everyday wear shoes on a very comfortable last. We worked on the design for a very long time. We tried it on our models, and that is what we got.
Модели наши ходили, пробовали. В итоге вот как-то так вот у нас все и получилось.
Younger designers have something for their young mothers, too. As a rule, it becomes more difficult to follow the fashion trends after a child is born. However, the designer Asel Akilbayeva is sure that every woman can look fashionable and beautiful. Feminine silhouettes, warm colors, and stylish dresses are main elements of her brand's collection. A concept and philosophy of my brand are femininity, tenderness, and cute things. A cape is a true feature of a brand, I think. In the new year, Almaty Pop Up Store discovered a number of local footwear, outerwear, and children's wear, even lingerie brands. Let's wish all the success to these designers. Now to the world news. An authority in American fashion, the Business of Fashion, did an overview of the global fashion in 2015. In the scope of my 2015 project, the world's best designers, buyers, models, bloggers replied to a couple of very important questions. What fashion news struck them the most, and what was the critical moment of the last year? Many respondents named Raf Simon's departure from Dior and Albert Elbaz from Lanvin as the most important and unexpected events of 2015.
I think the thing that will stay with me is Raf Simons' resignation from Dior, because it's potentially the start of a whole rethink in the industry.